We retrieved the ring safely. But it doesn't seem to hold an emblem. Strange.
Is it but a normal ring?
It seems so. But when I hold the ring, I feel a warmth stirring in my chest.
So it's as I suspected.
What is it that you have surmised?
The Pact ring. It belongs to and holds the power of Divine Dragon Monarch Lumera.
What else do you know about this Pact ring, Marth?
Lumera once said that divine dragons will give a special ring to someone they truly trust. The ring strengthens the bond between the two and brings them closer together. It grants special powers to the divine dragon and anyone they make a pact with, of any sort.
So Mother once gave this ring to someone she trusted and had a special connection with?
That's what I'd guess too. But she'd lost her friends and allies in the war, so who she gave the ring to, or if she gave it at all, there's just no way to know.
Mother.
But we know that as long as she lived, the most important person to her was you. You should inherit the ring. Give it to your most trusted ally.
I'll think long and hard before I decide who's worthy to wear it.
That we've arrived at this place. It must be the work of Queen Lumera.
It's a happy thought, Mother watching over me. But the fight ahead is my own. I must be strong. Let's go. I'm reluctant to leave, but there is much work to do.
The Pact Ring. If you've reached support level A with an ally, you can give that ally the Pact Ring to strengthen your bond even further. You can find the ring in the memento drawer in your room. If you cannot find your chosen ally on the Somniel, try resting in bed a while. Oh, and then you give them it out in the world there, out on the Somniel. Only give the Pact Ring to one of your allies. Choose the recipient carefully. Yeah, I'll maybe figure something out with my spreadsheets down the line. Otherwise, sorry, nobody's getting it. I mean, I could give it to somebody just to show what happens. And then, like, save scum it, undo it. Just for the sake of showing it, maybe. That's technically a thing I could do. But who I ultimately give it to, I want it to be someone, like, pretty optimal, you know. Who do I want to send out into the fray alongside my unit? Who makes a lot of sense.
Quite.
I should look for herbs together. A brew made from what grows here could prove interesting. Dragon units gain the most benefit from it. The Pact Ring? A what? All the Pact Ring is another level of support. And, the additional, Boon of Elios thingamabob with the Engage Plus. That makes it so that you get 3 times the amount of crit and dodge of... Wait. Crit and dodge bonus equal to 3 times the amount of allies who've acted already. Stuff like that. So it's just that, plus 1 higher level support with Aleer. Should be proud after taking down so many foes. Why do I instead feel rather sad? Which means that ideally, I'd probably figure someone that would be dodge tanking with me. Stuff like that. Get a bonus to Boon of Elios? My spreadsheet open? I might get an engage bonus. They wouldn't get a bonus to Boon of Elios. I don't believe. Unless that counts as an engage skill. Let's see here. Emblems. Let's see here. The skill Attuned, you get an extra +1 to all stats when you're a dragon unit. Where it's an extra +2 to things depending on your type if you're anything else. Dragon Blast is plus 20% damage, and Backup adds 20% of strength to sword attack. Mystical adds 20% of magic to beam attack. Key Adept breaks foe, and Bond Blast is the same thing there. I don't believe there's any difference with oh, and it's 2 times, not 3 times. It's a sync skill, not an engage skill, so there wouldn't be any difference to that for a dragon unit. But I guess there is Attuned and the engage attack bonuses that you get with a dragon. So that could be worth keeping in mind as well for the person that gets access to Boon of Elios, getting a +1 to all stats, potentially. That could be worth considering. So, you know,
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe one of the dragon units of the Fel Xenologue will be the go-to then. Ready for the front lines anytime you need, Divine One. Just give the word. Okay.
Huh?
Oh, can you feel that? I'm sensing some wild alpacas nearby. I'm like 20% sure. Not very certain then, huh? It's that pretty landscape. I'll have to remember to draw it later. It is a pretty landscape, isn't it?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Divine One. I really took a beating there, didn't I? I'll do better next time. Nah, I'd say that map actually went pretty alrighty. Went terribly the last time I attempted it and failed. This time it went great. Now all that's left is the final boss. But yeah, it turns out putting a ring on your sibling's finger may lead to optimal DPS to only cause your dignity. What you saying if you give it to Vale? Technically, optimal DPS would be giving it to probably like a backup or mystical unit for strength +2 or magic +2. I don't actually have it memorized which class type gives what. I just assume that that's what it is. As opposed to everything +1.
Hang on.
But still generally be pretty good. Like the best all around. Everything +1 as opposed to +2 to one specific stat. You're looking stronger today, Divine One. And if I'm the one saying it, you know it's true. Ah, I guess it's not one of those. I don't think Vale's getting my Pact ring.
Yes.
I think I may have been useful in that battle. Should I praise myself? Suppose I can try. Yeah, you should, man. You should praise yourself. That is indeed the correct option.
So,
It's a pretty place, but for some reason I feel just a little bit sad. Yeah, the playthrough's almost over.
Well done.
I swear, it's like I watched you grow in skill as that last battle progressed. What's your secret? Also, thinking about the playthrough almost being over, the stream right now is labeled as stream 21, but I thought last stream was stream 21. No, guess I'm going crazy. Is this stream 21? I don't know. I just haven't
so
updated things yet. No, this should be. Or I'm better at fighting since joining up with you. That's where the highs. Might be better at cooking meat too. I think we all know who needs a Pact ring. Only trouble is that there's 2 of them. Oh, what? We do? What flavor might the tea have if I were to drink it here? Pardon my frivolous musings. It probably tastes the same as if you drank it anywhere else, but what do I know? I do so love the calm after a battle. Everyone chatting away in peace as I happily take it in. Ah. If that's what's meant by the 2. The only other pair that I think of in this game is the Clan and Fram off the top of my head. It's the first thing that I think of. Anna's cleaning up. Holy crap. I've gotten used to fighting. Anybody who looks down on me gets escorted off the premises. Yeah. Yeah, you're one of, if not my best unit, Anna. Straight up.
Yes.
Some might be unwilling to accept my allegiance. Please, do not forget I am yours to command. Yeah, don't worry, man. I just have Lyndon here, but Lyndon still needs some serious work. You know. Come along with me, cat. And Fram the Pact ring scares you. Know what she's into. Oh, yeah. Fram is next level simp. I would never give the Pact ring to Fram. I'd never hear the end of it. I hate how when they spawn in, they're T-posing before they, reset to their default position. It's pretty distracting. That's one complaint I have about this game. And Fram, imagine how it would feel for the co-presidents of our fan club to receive our Pact. Well, one of them to receive it and the other doesn't. Who gets it? Flip a coin. Aye.
Spirit of
The
the
force,
cards.
the strength card, yada yada, bond fragments.
Right.
Didn't do too bad just now. Chalk it up either to my muscles or to your guidance. Well, hopefully your muscles are strong enough for the final boss. I don't know what to
I
expect from this final
wonder.
boss. I assume it's gonna be facing like some really big foe. Like Fire Emblem Fates Revelations, where maybe you have to hit multiple spots or something. That's what I guess. My attacks may have caused a bit of damage. Who owns this land? Should offer an apology. That would be my guess currently. Hey, sweet, some steel. Alright, well. There's no point to go to the world map, I don't think. Time for our final exploration before beating the game, I think. What it might well be time for. We're gonna get this game beaten. There's still gonna be more left to it because of the fell Xenologue, but we're almost there. Clan, obviously, because we don't want to upset Dark Pit. Guess I'm the last man standing. Okay, Steam is flashing orange on my desktop and it's really distracting me. What do you want? Updating? I just updated you! Fire Emblem's reminding me of another SRPG you played on the channel. Oh. And have a good night there, Chaos. I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out.
yes.
So, we're finally going even beyond Super Saiyan. Beyond the portal. Papa will hate me, but nothing will make me falter. Do I really want to know what Camilla has to say?
Yes.
This reminds me of another stronghold. Keeps Master is always busy, just like you. Are you just referring to the little pocket dimension in Fates? Like that stronghold? Something else, maybe. Alright, well, more nuts, because I clearly don't have enough of those. Yeah, I'll go face the balcony final boss. What a scenic place for the finale, huh? I guess they figured... It's probably one of those games that once you beat it, it puts you right before you did the final boss and stuff. I guess they figured it would have been really distracting always having a marker that's never done on the world map, and that's probably why they set it to the balcony. Just so that, you know, those with OCD and stuff don't see it on the map and are like, man, it's never gonna be marked as done. If I had to guess, right? After this battle, we shall at last have peace. For the sake of the people, we must not fail. Yep. Definitely must not. Alright, I already tapped the amiibo gazebo and stuff.
If I may.
This is the last battle, huh? Don't worry, Divine One. I'll be right behind you to the end. Also, do I have a lot in the way of, Oh, I actually have a decent few support conversations this time. But yeah. I don't actually know what you mean by do a Deadpool. I give you a special icon for being... Okay, that's nice. And it is nice that you don't have to worry about, you know, icon on the map that'll never be marked as complete. Hey, Divine One, are you here to fish? Sure am.
Got it.
Gotta call Prince Tiamat right away. Sweet, thanks, man.
Pick a rod.
I will pick a rod.
Where were you thinking?
This is my lucky area. So this is where I'm going. This is where I'm doing it. Man, I think this is the final exploration before we beat the game. Crazy how time flew. Well, I mean, 145 hours later. Dang it, I got a little bit antsy. Too soon.
Where were you thinking?
What's some other life events that I can talk about in the meantime? I recently transplanted my limes into separate pots. When I came from Italy and I brought those lime seeds from a lime that I picked in a public park. I had about 6 seeds, so I put 3 in each pot that I had, and would see if they would grow. One pot grew 1, and the other grew all 3. So I needed to transplant those other 2 out at some point into their own one, so they have their own space to grow into. So I did it a couple weeks ago. I wanted to post some photos in the Discord, but I kept forgetting.
A stunning performance.
Hey, the octopus. And now,
Do you want to keep
now the
pick a
2
rod?
littler ones of that
Where were
pot
you
of 3
thinking?
now have their own tiny little cute pots. I was mentioning that I wanted to transplant them to my Oma when I was over there, and she had like a bunch of spare pots around, so she gave me a couple there. Otherwise, I would have just 3D printed myself some pots, since that's a thing that I can do now. And that would have been pretty cool, actually. Just 3D print myself some pots for my limes. But had enough without needing 3D printing, so it's like, well, may as well not produce any if it's not needed, you know. Only 30 hours behind you on playtime, and now right in the midst of playthrough 2 and stuff. I guess this is what happens when you, you know, do Maddening on your first playthrough.
Performance.
And really take your time with it. Yes, that's just what happens.
Pick a rod.
But yeah, so now
Where
my
were you
limes are in
thinking?
their own cute little pots there. Stuff. And it seems like, you know, they took to the transplant pretty alrighty. Like, their growth has slowed a little bit recently because of that, but they seem to be doing pretty good. So that makes me happy. Bet on who's gonna die in this final fight, as we know there'll be a rewind, but they would still die for a sec. If anyone wants to place bets on that, I'll give... I don't know. Anyone successfully bets on who dies first, and I'll gift you a sub. / gift a sub to a person of your choice if you
Where were you thinking?
if you already have one. How about if you ever do Maddening, you will skirmish. Yeah, that's fair there. That's fair enough. I probably should have done skirmishes at some point. Saved up some more SP and got some more skills and stuff, but whatever. Too late now. I guess it's technically not too late, but we're right before the final battle, so, you know. We'll just do that. Anyway,
Now.
those limes are continuing to do pretty well. This I don't know if it's August-ish. I think it might be in September, actually. I have a cousin from BC that's coming by, getting a bunch of things for her new place from family. I'll probably give her one of my limes, most likely, especially considering she quite likes plants and stuff. Responsible to not gamble? Is it gambling if you have nothing to lose? Like, it's still placing bets, but technically you don't have to worry about losing anything. Is at least the case. No. Giant shadow. Bam. Still is. I would say that, you know, it's placing bets and stuff like that, but, you know, if you don't have to worry about losing your bet, it's not a big deal then.
Good catch. Nicely done.
That's my personal opinion.
Do you want to keep going? Pick a rod.
Yes, keep on going.
Were you thinking?
I don't know what else is going on in life. So brain don't work because of that. Oh, one thing that I guess I can mention that I didn't during the last exploration. Last week, I actually went back to... I might have mentioned this, you know... Would I have mentioned this before the last stream? Yeah. Anyway, about a week and a half-ish ago, I went back to Taekwondo for the first time yet this year. I think there was a Fire Emblem Engage stream where I was really tired because of that. But anyway, I went to the dojang and I was like, yeah, now that the semester's wrapped up, I want to start coming here pretty regularly again. And I said that, and I was planning on coming in regularly, and now they just haven't seen me again for the past week and a half, close to 2 weeks, because I got sick with dark COVID. So that's embarrassing. So when I eventually go back there, it's like, yeah, I know I said I was going to come here regularly again, and then I didn't. Whoops, sorry about that. I got the Rona. Anything else in real life? What? I can share here. But yeah. I get the feeling American just trolls by not bringing the bedded unit to the final battle. Yeah, then you don't get the, then you don't get the gifted sub.
Where were you thinking?
That's the way to go. And anybody watching this on YouTube after the fact, you know, by the time that this gets published, the battle will have already been long past. I will have already long beaten the game. But if anyone wants to comment making their own bets for, you know, no reward, just for the fun of it, let me know whenever you get it right. That'd be pretty crazy. Because, you know, it's the final battle. Almost certainly someone's gonna be going down.
A stunning performance.
No doubt about that. Someone goes down pretty much every single one of these maps.
You want to keep going? Pick a rod.
Just a matter of who's gonna be unlucky enough to get randomly critted. Or something like that. Or maybe it'll just be a really, really difficult map and I'll just be in such a tricky situation that I get kind of wrecked and stuff anyway. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. What's some other stuff I can ramble about in the meantime?
No.
I want to try a print in 2 colors. I never printed something in 2 colors in my 3D printer yet. But apparently it's a thing that you can do. And I recently figured out how in my software that slices the objects and turns it into instructions to send to your printer for how to print it. I recently found out how to tell it to pause after a certain layer, so that you can change out the filament to a different color. I don't actually know how the pause works yet, though, because I haven't tried it out. So I assume it'll just move the nozzle to the side, keep things warm, give me the chance to take out the current filament and put a new one in, and then there'll probably be like some resume button that I can hit, probably. I'm gonna have to try that out soon. And actually try a 2-color print. See what that's like. It'll print up to a certain point in one color and up past another point in another. Specifically what I want to print in 2 colors. I'm just preparing stuff to send to Anima. I want to print some perks from Dead by Daylight. Some people have made these little keychain designs for the perks. And I want to print like the general backing of them in purple. But then when it gets up to the layers that actually do the details of the perk itself along with the border, I want to switch it to white. So that'd look cool. So it'd look like a generally purple perk. But when it gets to like the details and border, it's white. That sounds cool. So I have the instructions ready for that on my computer already. I just need to actually get around to doing it, since I'm gonna need to supervise that print for, you know, when it's ready for me to change filaments. But hopefully it turns out okay. Always wanted to try this. We all sit around the campfire, or the fire, and reveal our crushes. Right? No? Oh. Disappointed. Final battle, huh? When we win, and we will win, let's kick back and enjoy the peace. Yes! Let's kick back and take a little bit of a Fire Emblem engaged chill pill. Rare fruit, sweet. That sounds nice to me. That sounds rather pleasant there. Kind of stumble on my words a little bit there. Anything else real life wise that I can ramble about right now? I'm still living at home through my university years, but parents are gone to the lake cabin for this weekend. The doggy can't really get in and out of vehicles all that well anymore, and she can't really get up and down the stairs at the lake cabin all that well, as much as she loves spending time out there. But I figured I'd stay here, along with the doggy, and, you know, take care of her here, and also recuperate, and also make progress on various projects around the channel. So here I am sticking here. Whoops, I didn't actually mean to pet again. But one of these days I should go back out there again too. Should be nice. The old truck that's out there, the 49 Mercury, is apparently finally in like a drivable state now that the snow's melted. Like all of last year, we didn't take it out for a drive once. Well, my dad drove it once, but apparently when he brought it back and was parking it, it had like a death wobble and then more work needed to be done on it. So we couldn't really use that vehicle all that much last year. But this year, it seems like we should finally be able to use it. So, that's nice. So it seems like it's ready to hit the road again. And, you know, that'll be a fun little summer drive vehicle out there. It's time. And with you in front of me, we won't lose. Can't believe how confident I feel around you. Oh, thanks, man. So that'll be nice. That'll, you know, be able to be driven here. I probably still won't be able to drive it for a little while. Gotta practice driving a standard with the neighbors first. Then I can practice on my truck, the unrestored one, but it'll be on the road soon. And then the fancy schmancy fully restored one. Because that, apart from property, is literally the most valuable thing my family owns. So, you know, probably good for me to be practiced up and confident with it before I try it out.
Yes.
I'm conflicted about Sombron's impending defeat. Still, I hope to win this fight beside you. Oh, thanks, man. And they'll be slightly different to learn. My old truck is a 3 on a tree, so it's got its gear shift right to the right of the wheel, and you have to twist it up, down, and all around. The Mercury is a 3 on the floor, so where you'd expect a stick shift to be. So, slightly different styles, both 3-speed things. Hopefully, not gonna be so different that it screws me up, but, you know, we shall see here. And once I'm confident at driving a manual, as my dad says, at that point can drive almost anything.
How hard do you want
As
to
long
go?
as you know how to drive a manual, so. Practice up at that soon when I don't have COVID. So I'm not coughing on the neighbor while I'm practicing in their car. Alright, put me down for Alfred. He's like a guy be close to the front lines as one of the weaker units in the army. You think he's one of the weaker units?
Nice.
He's definitely not weaker. His biggest weakness is just that he gets outsped a lot. Otherwise, he
Keep it up.
can help me out a decent bit.
You got
Alright,
this.
we'll see if Alfred ends up being the one there. But yeah, so that's some cool news.
Perfect.
That will actually be able to be driven in the near future. Heck,
Looking good.
maybe this weekend while my parents are away, they'll actually take it for a
You got
drive
this.
and stuff. So it sounds like it's at the ready for it. So it's nice that that's at the ready and we'll get some time driving. And same with my truck, as I was mentioning during the last
You got
exploration
this.
already. Like, that's almost ready to be on the road. Gotta give it
Looking
the
good.
inspection. Gotta use the inspection results to get insurance. Gotta use the insurance to get registration and plates. Now once we
Keep
get
it up.
registration and plates, we can drive to a crystal glass place to get the glass replaced. And then it'll be a just fine roadworthy vehicle.
Nice.
Be on the road all nice and schnice.
You got this.
We recently had it running and it sounded
Looking good.
pretty alrighty. Not quite perfect, it was having some trouble idling. Recently, my dad and a friend of his recently went over to do some work on it, and apparently it's idling better now. But my
Let's do
dad
this
thinks
again
that it
sometime.
won't be idling, like, super great until it gets some time actually being used as a vehicle. Because one of the worst things that you can do to an engine is just not using it for a really long time. It's starting to get hard, but now that you stopped by, sure, I could do 100 more. Let's give you the Pact ring. No. And that thing has probably not been driven for real since probably at least 2005. If I had to wager a guess. Probably sometime around that time. I know for sure it would have been driven for real in 2005. But I think that's the last time. Here, just a bunch of antitoxins. And vulnerary there. Like, at least I get to trade out these things that I'm not using for books and stuff that I can use for SP. Wait, what? Oh, I guess I can't wyvern ride during the night. I'm doing my room right now. Is what I'm doing. Guess I'm doing that a little bit early. Then I'll go wyvern ride and stuff. You know. Is what we can do here. So yeah, there's some exciting stuff there. What happens when I take it out, I wonder? Selm actually despises that well as a fun fact? What? I don't know what that means. Sorry to say. Sounds like someone's coming in.
This is a very bright altar. Too bright, really. But quite beautiful.
You're the last person that we're listening to.
If I had
Wake me up
remained
before
one
the
of
final
four
boss.
hounds,
Mavier.
I would never have come here. I would never have seen this sight. I may not even have survived.
My room's pretty bland in this game. My room in real life is cooler.
You were awake.
Yep.
I
There was.
hope I didn't disturb.
Oh, you totally did.
I was wrong to make such noise while you slept.
Mavier
In
is
any
pretty cool.
case, I will go now. Farewell.
Ah, stick around a bit. You look like you'd be a secret of... Oh, wow. It didn't fade through black, come back into him, and then fade out again like it often does. Anyway, he looks like he'd be a secret amazing pianist. Like he'd say, oh, I'm not that good, but then he comes over here and he plays it, and then he's actually amazing. You know? I saw the symbol for Rosado, and I thought the wyvern ride was in the cafe for a second. Is what I thought for just a hot moment there. Earlier today, took the doogie for a good walk around the neighborhood. She took it pretty slowly. She even when crossing the street, she gets a little bit hesitant jumping back up onto the sidewalk. Even that height is a little bit troublesome for her nowadays, what with her age. But she enjoyed the short walk there. Had a good time with that. Where's my wyvern ride? Where's my wyvern ride? The heck? Wyvern ride is gone, crab rave. What the heck? Well, no wyvern ride today, I guess. That sucks. I guess so. It's weird. Seems very strange.